What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Sean, known online as Sensei Trades, back again for another episode of TikTok. But now I'm gonna add a little spin to it. Welcome to episode 1 of the SKC free training course. Stop buying these people courses. You got this one now. All right. So before I begin, who am I? Well, I am a 7-year experienced day trader, 6-figure prop firm trader, and I need to get back to it, but I'm an asset manager for the Darwin X0 program, which is a ranked program that you can go through to eventually become your own hedge fund by name and get people to invest into you. But now I fell off of that program to focus more on prop content for YouTube, focus on my own live trading and things like that. But I'm gonna get back into it. I'm gonna get back on the ranking system because I peaked at like in the top 300 before I fell off. So yeah, I'm gonna do that for y'all again. I'm gonna run that bag up, top these leaderboards once again, and just show y'all how we really do it around here. But the purpose of this channel, right? And I say it in like every other video, I'm just a regular guy. I still go to work, and then I come and teach y'all trading in my free time. But I want to break the stereotype of a trading guru. I want to be somebody where you can click on their video and you know for a fact they're not trying to sell you nothing, that they're not gonna go through this entire video talking about, and then at the end talk about click the link in my description to buy something. This ain't that. Anything that I may have in my description is strictly for the benefit of those watching, and it will always be 100% for free. I invite anybody, if you ever catch me selling something, call me out, hold me accountable. I will hold y'all and myself to that. I am not here to sell y'all anything. Because I make enough bread on my own, whether people want to believe it or not. I make enough bread on my own. And that is, I just got an alert, sorry. So we can see this I can just share this to y'all in real time. I am in GBP USD sells because look at this. I missed this sell-off right here by 4 ticks. Look how perfect of a drop that would have been right there. I would have one-shot all 3 of these challenges had I been caught in this. But right now I try to catch continuation sells to the downside, which is now going against me. It wicked against my entry at first, which would have been a beautiful play. But now it's pushing back up. It's going to be testing that gap right there. Let's drop down the time frame. But my thoughts, it may pull to hit stop loss just because of how the higher time frame candles is forming. As you can see, it's just this giant wick. And that doesn't give me too much confidence. I personally think if this setup fails, it's going to come back to correct all of this. But what happened here? Well, I will tell you what happened here. Just a few hours ago, around like 3, 4 in the morning, US and China have agreed to drop tariffs 110% for 90 days. So whether or not you like the orange man is none of my business, but now can anybody say that the tariffs did not work the way he said they was going to work? He himself said the tariffs were going to be used for negotiation pieces, and pieces have now been negotiated. So it's still the start of a long journey, but we will just have to see what happens. Now, again, I don't care about your political affiliation. I don't care who you like or dislike. I am here for the money, so I'm going to follow the money moves. But yeah, this is happening. It's probably going to hit stop loss, and I think I've been kicked out of logging in. Yep, I sure did. Let me see if I can pull my passwords up real quick. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, we are logged back in, and as you see, we are currently testing this gap. So what I've been doing with these evaluations is I have my low, medium, and high risk. So this is my higher risk account. And again, just for transparency, they tried to get me to pay full price for the subscription renewal. I bought it originally on discount, but they talking about pay $160, $180 for the resubscription. I'm not doing that. So if they take these accounts before these 2 accounts, this 36 and 35, before I can pass them, so be it. I don't care. I still have the main one that I've been focusing on. But as you see, that one is also in drawdown. And yeah, New York session open just came out 15 minutes ago. And it is not looking too good for your boy, but we'll just have to see if this gap holds. I personally don't think it will, but it is what it is. I'm going to hold that till stop loss. Just because I have a habit of closing things too early just for them to fall into profit. Sometimes it saves me, other times it doesn't. So I'm just going to hold it regardless of what happens. And just manage my risk. But that goes into the point of the start of this free course. So there's not going to be any specific chart work today. That's going to be, well, I'm not going to say today, but at least this video, that's going to be the next couple videos. But I just want to prep y'all minds first, right? Trading isn't about having some fancy strategy with a cool name and all this and that on the charts. It's having the same system and repeating it over and over and over again. If you can't explain your method of trading to a 5-year-old, you're doing too much. I have been trading support and resistance, or any variant of that, since I became profitable. Focusing on strictly support and resistance is how I became profitable. And just recently, as if recently ain't 2 years, but after 2 years to the day, right, is when I implemented my fib approach. And that's just what I've been sticking with this entire time, in confluence with support and resistance. Now, in my previous video where I talked about how I got 320K in funding, I talked about how support and resistance is a little outdated. Now let me add more nuance and context to that. When I say it's outdated, that's a personal opinion. It's not factual. There's not a single trading strategy out there that holds any predictive power. All these guys out here that has a new strategy every 2 weeks, they're doing it for content at the expense of your mental fortitude. You're gonna watch them every week. Oh, here's my 3 trading strategies to make money. Oh, I have this strategy this week, then I've made a new strategy next week. It's all for content. It's just to get y'all riled up. It's to help them farm views from y'all. I'm not here for that. I use the same process every single time. I look for a break in market structure, I draw my fib, I set my pending order. That's it. That is all I do when it comes to trading. Any context you want to add after that, that's all on you. You can use the smart money theory where the markets are being manipulated, even though nobody proved that there's one singular algo. You can use auction market theory where the markets like to be balanced and then you trade the imbalance to each zone. Or you could flip a freaking coin and then click buy yourself. The strategy itself does not matter. The real profitability comes in mastering your ability to manage your risk. Every time you click that button, you expose your portfolio to potential losses. That's how you need to think about it. When you click the button, you're exposing your portfolio to potential losses. So you need to prepare for the worst case scenario in what if the market go 100% against me, it goes straight to my stop loss. Your strategy is not going to save you there. If anything, over-reliance on your strategy in those situations will cause you to burn yourself out mentally, because you're thinking, dang, this mentor said, wait for the liquidity sweep and then all the buyers and sellers have been taken out, so the sell should have worked. None of us can prove that. All right, no matter what we say, none of us prove that. Yeah, you have footprints out there, you have volume, you got depth of market, level 2 data, stuff like that, but can't nobody prove 95% of the stuff that they talk about. What they can prove though is that portfolio when the trade is over, either they just lost their account or they just took a small loss and they live to trade another day. And that is the mindset I need y'all to be on. I don't need y'all crashing out after you take a loss. I don't need y'all revenge trading. I don't need y'all strategy hopping because you believe that this golden guru strategy was supposed to be your key to profitability. The key to profitability is you. It's you. The strategy holds no predictive power. That's just the fun stuff. That's where you can do whatever you want, call it your strategy, and just go from there, right? You're one model for life. But that's not what makes you profitable. What makes you profitable is the boring stuff, the tracking your trades, checking your news like you're an old person, managing your risk. Managing your risk takes precedence over anything else, because what if it goes wrong? What if it goes wrong? What if it goes wrong? And that's what I feel most gurus don't touch on enough. They just want you to be focused on this strategy so you can buy their courses. And then when you're still not profitable, they're just going to blame it on you, block you, still take your money, and kick you out of their groups. I'm telling you, I know game. Most of y'all know game too. You just don't want to admit it. Most of these gurus are not here for your best interest. They're not. And I'm not going to name drop because folks like to sue people out here. And I don't have the time for that. But that's what I want y'all, that's what I want y'all to shift your perspective to be. The strategy is the fun stuff, but what if it goes wrong? You need to know exactly how much you're losing on that trade in accordance to how much you might gain. Because you can win an infinite amount of times, but you can only lose so many before your account hits zero, before you hit your drawdown limits on your prop firm. It's only a matter of time before you blow your account. You have no time limit to making profits. You feel me? So this video, let's see, 17 minutes as of this recording. So this is going to be the shortest one just because I'm talking about mindset here. But yeah, you need to focus on the boring stuff. Focusing on the boring stuff is what's going to make the fun stuff even more fun, because you can live to trade another day. You don't need to put 400,000 trades in a singular day just to make money. I find myself only taking 1 to 2 trades a day. Me taking 3 or more at this point in my career is rare now, because I don't need to do all that. I'm not a scalper, right? So I can't tell you what scalpers do. I'm going to try to scalp. I know I said this ain't no scalping channel, but I'm going to try to scalp. I'm going to document it. You're going to see me either pass an account via scalping, or you're going to see me blow that muff. But I can't tell you what scalpers do. There's scalpers that can place 200 trades per day, but that's just not my life. I prefer 1 to 2 a day, going about my business, going to work, and just living my life. Because what is the objective of trading? Freedom. What does freedom look like to you? For me, it's not always being able to wake up on a Monday, it's Monday, May 12th, and flying to Cancun. Yeah, that's cool, that's fun. I'll do that for a vacation, but my version of freedom is options. To be able to say, this job pissed me off too much, I can walk out this mug if I want to. That makes the job more tolerable, because you can't play with me like you think you can. I will leave and be perfectly fine. That is freedom to me. Freedom to me, I just checked my credit score the other day. I am completely debt free. Freedom. That is what trading provides me. Freedom. If your freedom is buying that car, you had that Lambo as your profile picture for the longest, right? I looked into some of my supporters, and if you're watching this video, I've seen your Instagram page, you had a Bentley on your page. If that is your dream, strive for it. Head down, full speed, go for it, because that is your version of freedom. Find something that motivates you, reward yourself to keep going. That's why I put my prop firm certificates on my wall. Do I care if somebody calls it crazy, or they think it's dumb, or they try to be smart because I have 2 top step certificates, even though the moment you pass, you only get 1? I'll put a certificate up here for every prop firm account I pass, or top step account I pass, excuse me. I'll have an entire row of top step certificates just to piss you off, haters. Just to piss you off, because you're going to say something about it, and I'm going to just add another one, and another one, and another one. Because this is how I reward myself, to be able to walk into my office and see $800,000 on my wall. Whether you want to call it real money or simulated money, I don't care, because it's mine. I can leverage it to do whatever I want with it, because I have options. What is your motivation? What are you using to motivate yourself? That is what is important in your journey. Don't let anybody tell you what you should do, what you should feel, if it's not pushing you in a positive direction. So now the next video, we're going to be going into setting up a trading view. I'm just going to walk through trading view, because this course is going to be for pure beginners from the very start. If you are a brand new trader, this is the course for you. So next video, I'll be talking about trading view. I'll be going over all the features, what you really need to set up. And I'm just going to optimize you to set up like me, right? Obviously, the best template is the one that I use. So that will be your starting template. And then from there, you can then make adjustments. You can try out different things, but you just need something to start with, and then you can make progress from there. So I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.